at the Anaheim Convention Arena to crown the greatest Street Fighter V player in the world.
Let's go behind the scenes with Capcom Cup 2017. Welcome to Anatomy of a Trailer. I'm Jeremy Snead, founder and creative director at Mediajuice Studios here. We worked with Capcom once again, our long-standing client of about 13 years, for the Capcom Cup. All year long, Capcom is hosting and putting on events we call CPT internally, stands for Capcom Pro Tour. So the Capcom Pro Tour is monthly, sometimes more often than that. They have these Capcom Pro Tour events that all lead up to the Super Bowl of Capcom esports, which is the Capcom Cup. It was a lot of fun to plan this event. My contact reached out to me and said, hey, we want to have you guys shoot the event there in Anaheim and produce a recap trailer of not just Capcom Cup, but also sort of the year. All of the premiere events that led up to Capcom Cup, and then the culmination of who the winner was going to be. So this was a project where a shoot was involved as well. So Team Mediajuice descended upon Anaheim there where they were having the event. We had 4 cameras set up, 1 Steadicam, and then 2 roaming cameras, and then 1 camera set up as an interview station. Going into this, we knew that we wanted to get beauty shots and B-roll of the event, lots of people playing. Also, the Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite Battle for the Stones was going on. We wanted to capture some shots from that, from the casters, from the players, the fans. But in addition to that, I thought it would be important to get some interviews with the players, casters, and fans on the ground at Capcom Cup. So that's what we did. We set up outside the event there, and that's kind of the tactic, is just to look and see who just finished a match or is about to go on. It's very much guerrilla style. It's usually me approaching them saying, hey, we're working with Capcom. Can we get an interview with you? 5 to 10 questions. And for the most part, everybody's willing. They know that Mediajuice works with Capcom and are willing to do the interview. We did, about 8 or 10 interviews, asking all the questions that we had prepared, which were relevant to Capcom Cup. What's your name? What's your gamer tag? What has led you up to this event? What are your hopes and dreams for the event? What are your predictions? What would it feel like to win? Once we got to the end of the shoot and got all the footage and brought it back, it was interesting to go through that and see that this clip that we had, that we ended up opening the trailer with, from Mana RD, the winner of Capcom Cup, saying, I had asked the question, what would it feel like to win?
What would it feel like to be the champion, to hold the Capcom Cup?
It will feel like a new start, because kids or teenagers that want to do something in competition, they usually do baseball, they usually do basketball, but I want fighting games or esports in general to be an option in my country.
His response was so great, we just thought this would be a perfect way to open the trailer up. Of course, the only way the trailer could end would be showing him as the winner, showing the culmination of Capcom Cup, which is exactly what we did.
Tokido has to stay alive, he can't get touched! If that big boy, he's the
Is the Capcom Cup 2017 champion, coming from the losers bracket. The Tiana boys are up there celebrating their main man right now, Mana RD.
Graphics were the usual suspects here, lower thirds, logo animations, and all the things to kind of button it up and make it look professional. For music, we really lucked out with this trailer. We sourced 2 very specific tracks. One that was sort of this epic, rising, emotional, anticipatory track to open the trailer with and to set the tone for how much players and fans are anticipating this event.
I can hear you screaming out.
Welcome to Capcom Cup 2017.
And then we switched to a new track that's a little more contemporary, upbeat, faster beats to edit to once the event's kicked off and we're doing recaps of the players and all the highlights of Capcom Cup.
We are here at the Anaheim Convention Arena to crown the greatest Street Fighter V player in the world.
voiceover is sourced from the casters. These are kind of the radio jockeys, announcers that are bringing a lot of the energy to each of the matches and to the overall event. I've mentioned this before, but it's kind of like local and regional radio. Those announcers are a lot more hyped about the local and regional games than, a national announcer would be, because they're not as boots on the ground. And these casters are very much the same way. So it's great to sort of go through and pick the highlights of what they say and how they recap each match and each event. It provides this really nice voiceover track that you can edit to and put highlights in between, and Capcom Cup was no exception.
Let's go!
Down
Oh my
LSD.
God! One more mix-up. What's the guess right here? Oh, he wakes up with the armor!
So just a fantastic piece that came together really nicely. The footage that we shot there on location with Team Mediajuice, with our camera crew there, and was really great and put to use in the edit. And then the music and the editing and the graphics, and as I mentioned, the voiceover from the casters all kind of came together to really create a piece with not just energy, but the right tone. I feel like, opening it up with anticipatory and then transitioning into, kind of the appropriately hyped tone for how the Capcom Cup went. It just turned out fantastic. Client was very pleased with it. Got it posted on their website and social media. And of course, all of our projects for Capcom and other clients you can find at Mediajuice.com. Thanks.